Love this kind of beat. Big fan of presumably two gorillas holding a metal bendy bit and wobbling it back and forth in front of the mic. He's like playing his penis like a banjo. Hello, people. It's my time to react. That's a joke, you see, if your definition of jokes is through the floor, which mine are, because I'm going to do My Time by BTS, a reaction video thereof and thereunto. BTS presumably got in a studio and did a song. They did a heckin' singing into the microphones, and I'm going to listen to the singing went into the microphones and went down the wires into the speakers and in the computer bits, and then the computer bits sent the computer bobs over the internets, and now it's going to go into my ear holes. I'm going to tell you what I think about it. That's what I'm doing over here. So if you didn't like the sound of that, time to leave. And if you did like the sound of that, time to subscribe and watch this. Pay attention. Little Britney Spears intro. Ay, 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 ay. Apparently it's a Jungkook solo song.
My life is up in a movie all the time. 해뜨는 곳으로 달렸어 every single night. 누구의 내가 봤던 것도 같아.
Oh, we getting spiritual and existential over here. I ran towards where the sun would rise every single night, which I thought was a metaphor for being like a sort of a night owl. I guess it still could be, but then this next bit throws a spanner in the works. It seems like I've been to someone else's tomorrow. Or is he saying like, I've stayed up so late so many times, it's like I've been living in someone else's reality? Love this kind of beat. Big fan of presumably two gorillas holding a metal bendy bit and wobbling it back and forth in front of the mic. Wherever they do that sound effect, whatever gorillas they hired. Maybe the orangutan. Sounds great. This is cool. I'm presuming, both of those, I suppose. I'm presuming and assuming that he wrote this himself. I really like this. I'm not sure if I've heard like a Jungkook solo before, or at least, you know, a Jungkook solo about and around Jungkook. But it's a very interesting topic, isn't it? That whole thing of growing up a star. You know, he's the youngest member of BTS, so like growing up a star, and obviously the opportunities it gives to you, but the opportunities it also inherently therefore takes away as well. Very interesting. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. I feel like the unspoken word there is like find your time to like be a kid again, to have that innocence of youth, to kind of just like live your life and work out who you are. I can't even imagine, like, it must, you know, obviously there's benefits to growing up as an incredibly successful, wealthy, rich, sexy K-pop star, but there's obviously downsides too. Like, you know, you know, your life's on a different track to everyone else's, and inherently going to wonder, like, is this the right path, or what have I missed out on? Cause everybody walked too fast. 나도 모르게 가버린 너는 날. His voice is just smooth like margarine. Yeah, I want to be the BTS's Yeah guy. I could do that in the studio. Yeah. Make it really sensual. Like, yeah. Press my hat on. You sound like you need a bigger hat, my friend. I think actually, in a way, an interesting thing I'm getting from this is the idea of like time speeding away from you. And I genuinely think that's not something you really start to feel until you've turned like, you know, late 20s, early 30s kind of thing. Because I feel like it's a kind of existential crisis you have when you realize your life isn't infinite. And also like, I think because, I don't know how to describe it really, and I don't know how to but contemplate it, but I think it's because like, when you're younger, your life is a little bit more random. There's something about it where time does seem to last a bit longer. Like, you know, I don't know if it's genuinely an effect of aging, a genuine like psychological effect, or if it is just because like your structures are different. Like, I personally am inclined to believe like it's because like when you're a kid, you know, even though school is technically like a structure and it's the same, you're socializing hardcore. Like, you have so many happy memories. You're doing stuff after school with friends. You know, you also have way more free time just inherently, and you also have way less of the world's, you know, issues on your shoulders. Like, you know, your parents probably paying your rent most likely and giving you food. So there's way less stuff you have to worry about. And then the older you get, not only are you suddenly taking on all this stuff on for yourself for the first time, but you're also, you know, very many of us then, you know, leave school and go into a job in an office. And then your life then, like 90% of your life is going to the same office, sitting down, typing away. And it's the reason why when you look back on your week at the end of the week, you're like, what did I do this week? And you're just like, I can't think of anything that stands out specifically, which I think is the reason why time suddenly just blends and seems to like speed up. Because when you're not doing anything that really stands out, like, you know, it's all a blur, then it makes it feel like it happened in seconds. And obviously, you know, Jungkook's doing stuff that stands out, but I think it kind of makes sense that like, if rather than having that kind of normal childhood or normal adolescence, you instead are like, you know, you're just like practicing hardcore in the studio, performing, I could see how the time would like speed up. So it is interesting. It's, to me, like, it seems like he's kind of saying he's experiencing that sense of like, you know, hyperspeed time that most people don't really get until they hit their like mid-20s, and he experienced that like a lot earlier. So it's an interesting like downside to being, like I said, incredibly rich and famous and successful and sexy. Go for it, mate. Love this bit. Yeah. Yeah. Nice beat too. Tasty song choice, people. Evrad chose this one. Great choice. It's kind of depressing, says IMBCC. You mean the things I said? Because welcome to my channel. Welcome. Yeah, that was you know, really, really deep. I guess I think people were discussing who was this talked about in the chat? Was this written by Jungkook? But either way, I'm assuming it was, but either way, it's his sentiment. It's nice to see that side of him, because, you know, I guess I mostly, you know, see the deep productions, the deep lyrics from like RM, Sugar, stuff like that, J-Hope. It's cool to see that side of him. It's very, very provocative, thought-provoking, deep, you know, kind of melancholy in a very intelligent way. Like, really like that. The beat was really cool. The lyrics had that BTS kick to them, like, you know, they sounded great, but they also made me feel a little bit sad inside. So that's how I know it's got the BTS sauce on it. RM and JK have writing credits. That makes sense to me. I could see like Jungkook writing this and then RM being like, RM, could you like tidy this up a little bit? And him being like, there's no need. Oh, well, actually, change that. Otherwise, it's he's a perfectionist. Yeah, that was great. Thank you for the suggestion, Evrad. Should I do a live one now? All right, let's see it perform live. Apparently, it's quite a tasty dance break in this. He's like playing his penis like a banjo. Oh my god. He is just playing his big old drumstick. That stage light is amazing. What is that? It's like a stage light for billionaires. Is it like one of those? It looks like one of those like crazy stage lasers. Like, what is that? This is like very Matrix moves right here. Bullet time dodging. Whoa. Teasing us. There was a lot less like hair pruning in the Matrix though. Shit. He can move his body like nothing. It's crazy. I just realized I was like hallucinating. I was like, oh, it's just stage mix. I was like, how? Because that transition was done so well. I was like, maybe they used like crazy alien projector laser technology, and you know, they projected that black suit onto him and then took it off. Like that looked like seamless. These cuts are really good. Oh, Arisato, so true. Like, considering the topic and tone of the song, this is a very evocative. He's like, of course I grew up too fast. Look how I'm moving this body. I'm moving my body like a sexually awake 35-year-old. It really is. It's almost jarring, like the difference between the lyrics and the choreography. I mean, oftentimes when I think about how I wish certain parts of my childhood were different, I'd start, you know, rubbing my thighs. It really helps, like, me feel better about it. It's reassuring, you know. It's like a hamster cleaning. It's just like a reassuring habit I have. Is this going to be the dance break, or is he just going to start stripping and like touching himself on stage? Ooh. So I'm guessing this was filmed during the pandemic, because, you know, the whole thing. Imagine being able to move your body like that. I just use mine for like walking and sitting, but he's doing this. Crazy. Time. 3 times for the ladies. Oh yeah. Ooh. That choreo with the screen behind is impeccable. This is like making me rethink my whole stance on this song. I thought it was maybe an expression of the angst of like feeling like you sort of lost out in a childhood je ne sais quoi by being rich and famous so early. But I think it might just be him being like, I've got all this horniness inside me, all this horny juice, all this body moves, and I've just been too busy touring to just you know, just gotta find time to just absolutely unload. Wow, a thematically, jarring, a deliberate juxtaposition maybe, but very, very, very cool performance. And I really like the song. So great suggestion, guys. Thank you for that. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. Be sure you have subscribed to my channel. Definitely check out my Patreon. If you like my reactions, then you'll like my Patreon because it's got more reactions on it. Sure, I've got a few hundred on here for free, but you could get 50 more for money. Think about that value proposition. It's amazing. Links in the description, as well as my Twitch channel where you can watch me film these reactions live and do some gaming soon, apparently, so I hear. And Discord and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you for watching. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you back here for the next one. Take care. And remember, if you like my reaction to My Time, click the subscribe button on my channel is sublime.